couldn't possibly be the Dragonborn of legend, could you?
I don't suppose you're gonna buy something this time?
Just browsing. Got dying so.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often?
What am I saying? Of course you do.
Come to chat with an old woman. Do your Welcome to our home.
Mother, what's the meaning of this? Who have you brought into our home?
Avrelstein, put that down. She's here to help us find Thorald.
How do we know she's not spying for the Battleborn? This was foolish. We can't trust anyone. Who knows what they'll do if they find me here?
I can't take any more of this. No weapons, please. Let's just talk.
All right, Mother.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
So, you're here to help? I know that Thorald's not dead. I just know it. The Imperials have him and are keeping him somewhere, but I don't know where. Those damned Battleborns, they know something. They're hiding it. They practically taunt us with it. They must have some sort of proof. There's gotta be something in that house of theirs. I just know it. I don't dare leave the house myself, so I need your help. The Battleborns, the Emperor's biggest... Their connections to the Empire and the Legion are well known. When Thorald didn't return home, there was no question in my mind. They knew Thorald supported the Stormcloaks, knew he was gonna aid them in battle, made sure he didn't come back. Locked him up someplace to get back at my family. I'm sure of it. Anything that confirms that Thorald isn't dead, but is being held captive. They'd be hiding it, of course. Wouldn't want it to get out that they've been... But you might be able to butter them up enough to lower their guard. Best if you didn't mention to anyone that you saw me here.
Please, anything you can... It's hardly a secret that they have ties to the Empire and hate anyone who speaks out against it. Thorald did worse. He took action against the Empire, and the Battleborns knew it. He's my son. I feel it in my heart. Oh, you'd understand if you had children. I can tell you're new around here. My husband Eorland tends the Skyforge up at your Vasker. The companions meet. You should ask him about his work. It's the only subject that'll get him talking. Well, that and maybe those stuck-up, dung-sniffing Battleborns. Head up the steps from the market and look to your right. It's hardly... Thorald did worse. He took action against the Empire, and the Battleborns knew it.
When the Empire surrendered to the Ordinary Dominion, they shamed us all.
Can't a man have a bit of privacy? Get out of here! This is the last time I'll say it. Get out!
I spend so much time among the dead, I sometimes forget how much I miss the company of the living.
I'm right behind you.
Tell me, do you believe in mighty Arche, god of life and death? I'm glad to know that because I need your help. You see, I've lost something precious. My amulet of Arche. It's the source of my divine powers and also a sacred badge of office. I misplaced it in the catacombs. I'd look for it, but I have... Without that amulet, I'm powerless to confront them. I'll just wait here and make sure nothing foul escapes the catacombs.
Going, then.
The blessing of Arche be upon you.
Huh?
I spend so much time among... Oh, thank Arche! Please, take this gold for your troubles. The blessing of Arche be upon you.
Damn those Greymanes to oblivion. They want to back the Stormcloaks, they'll get what's coming to them. Leave or be removed.
You're not supposed to be here.
I'm right behind you.
What are you looking at? I'm not afraid of you, even if you are my elder.
You're
heading east, steer
Nope.
clear of
Sorry.
Hill Runs 2.
Nothing.
Think about those old crypts. Dad having trouble staying that way.
Nope. Sorry. Nothing.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear? Well, well. And you seem to be in one piece. Thank you. I'll look these over and inform Mirabelle if I find anything. Night of Tears, eh? Did you read it yourself? If I recall it correctly, that has some interest. And here. I suppose you've earned these.
I think the
Hundreds
college
of
is due
years
for
have
a
gone
change
into...
in leadership.
Please make sure your hands are clean before touching anything, all right?
Good to see Skyrim still has such fine... You give an old... It's always encouraging to see the younger generation. Did he now? Does he have information about our wonderful discovery? Is that the one about something buried beneath Sarthal? Something that men and Nair fought over? I'll have to make a point of rereading it. I don't recall the details. I just can't seem to tear myself away. Whatever this is, its beauty is like nothing I've ever seen before. If you'd allow me to indulge myself for a moment, I thought I might make a few observations. I'm sure you've already noticed the markings. They're quite unlike anything you've seen before. Eliad, Dwemer, Daedric, Daedric, none of them are a match. Quite curious indeed. Now, I'm not sure that you're quite as attuned as I am, given my extensive years of experience, but can you feel that? This marvelous object, it practically radiates magicka, and yet it's unlike anything I've felt before. Archmage Allen is already hard at work, and hopefully we'll have more information soon.
I'm afraid I must... It is urgent that I speak with your associate immediately.
This is most inappropriate. We're involved in serious research here.
Yes, I've no doubt of its gravity. This, however, is a matter that cannot wait.
Chanting services
I'm quite sure
are one of the few things that keep us in touch with the rest of Skyrim.
I suppose we'll continue this at some later time, when we can avoid interruptions.
I need you to come with me immediately. Let's go. Really? Well, allow me to clarify the situation. I'd like to know why there's someone claiming to be from the Psijic Order here in the college. More importantly, I'd like to know why he's asking for you, specifically. So we're going to go have a little chat with him and find out exactly what it is he wants. I'll be the one asking the questions. All you need to know is that the Psijic Order is a rogue organization, believing themselves to be above the law. They have clashed with the Old Mary Dominion before, and I have no intention of allowing that to happen here. You are going to speak to this monk and find out why he is here, and then he will be removed from college grounds.
Please do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. It is good to meet you in person. I'd simply like to talk to you. I've given us a chance to speak privately, but I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance, and attempts to contact you, as we have previously, have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already seen. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with. I'm afraid it's not. You must understand, the Psijic Order does not typically. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion, especially in Onkano, your Thalmor associate. Nevertheless, my Order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so. As you may have learned, this object, the world is not ready for it. If it remains... Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be... We believe that your efforts should be directed towards dealing with the aftermath, but we cannot predict what that will be. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my Order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augur of Dunlane here in your college. His perception may be more coherent than ours. I presume you refer to Onkano's The Thalmor see our Order as a threat because we have power, and we will not allow them. I assure you that we mean you no harm. He was once a student here at the college. Now he is... something different. I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. We will continue to watch over you and guide you as best we can. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that. I'm sorry.
Well,
were you about to say
what is the meaning
something?
of this?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Don't play coy. You asked to see a specific member of the college. Here she is. Now what is it that you want?
There's been a misunderstanding. Clearly I should not be here. I shall simply take my leave.
What? What trickery is this? You're not going anywhere until I find out what you're up to.
I am not up to anything. I apologize if I have offended you in any way.
We will see about this.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented.
The meaning of these stones is not. The prevailing opinion of Skyrim natives is that the stones are indeed magical in nature. While there is no direct evidence of this, it does seem likely. References to similar stones appear in lore throughout the various Tamrielic cultures. None, however, exactly match the markings or distribution of Skyrim stones. At present, there's no confirmation of any of the various theories surrounding these stones. Their relative positions do not indicate that any individual stone is part of a larger, unobserved pattern. Also, their placement throughout Skyrim is
It's
not
always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing education. The college will be here for you no matter what.
It has been widely assumed
Well
that they were
now,
placed during
there's
the
a name I haven't heard in some time.
writings from that period.
My
including
goodness,
those of
it's been
King's
years
Grimoire
since
itself,
I've spoken
do
with
not
him.
mention the stones,
I suppose he's
thus
still
this
down in the
idea cannot
Midlands.
be verified.
Are you going to see him?
Nonetheless,
Do tell him
many
hello
are
for
drawn
me,
to
won't
these
you?
stones based on the local
Underneath the
stories
college.
describing them
It's
as
not the
sources
nicest
of the
place,
ancient
so if you go down there,
The college
please
will
do
continue to
be
research
careful.
these intriguing objects.
Well,
and of course,
it was
we
all
find
before my
ways to relate
time, you
all
understand.
possibilities.
I've heard the stories, the same as anyone else. He was a brilliant student, an accomplished wizard. But I think he became too focused on just how much power he could acquire. That's what led to the accident.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
I'm working on some very important research. I assure you.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward.
Still here. I am sworn to carry your burdens. Lead on.
perseverance will only lead to disappointments. Still, you persist. Very well. You may enter. I am that which you have been seeking. Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. Those who have sent you have not told you what they seek, what you seek. Indeed. And so you have come looking, though you do not know why. Like others before you, you blindly follow a path to your own destruction. The Thalmor came seeking answers as well, unaware they will be his undoing. Your path now follows his, though you will arrive too late. No, though you may be the last. The one who calls himself Ancano has sought my knowledge as well, through very different questions. Your path differs from most. You are being guided, pushed towards something. It is a good path, one untraveled by many. It is a path that can save your college. I will tell you what you need to know to follow it further. You, and those aiding you, wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware. To see through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff. Events now spiral quickly towards the inevitable center, so you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your Archmage.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Really? And what might that be? I'm sorry, what? Well, I'd certainly love to have such a powerful staff, but I'm not really sure that any of us... And how do you know of this? Did you really? And he specifically mentioned... I'm impressed with your initiative. Of course, someone will need to follow up on this. A most impressive attitude. Keep this up, and something as specific and ancient as the Staff of Magnus. I'm not sure we'd ever find something like that. I seem to recall Mirabelle mentioning the staff somewhat recently. I'm quite pleased with your progress, you know. You've certainly proven yourself to be more... This circlet once proved invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now. I hope Mirabelle is helpful in locating the staff.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off-limits.
It's always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing education.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolute... Well, now that's an odd question. Why in the world would you be asking? I see. Well, yes, I suppose I did mention it. Though I'm not sure what he... I only brought it to his attention a few months back when the Synod showed up here looking for it. They were apparently under the impression we were keeping it in a closet somewhere. Mages based out of Cyrodiil. They fancy themselves the imperial authority on magic these last few hundred years. My understanding is that all they really do is make noise in an attempt to curry favor from the Emperor. Lots of politics, little magic. I was quite surprised to find them on our doorstep. They seemed amiable enough, but their line of questioning made me uneasy. It became clear they're trying to hoard powerful artifacts, looking to consolidate power. No one here does. The Synod seemed convinced it was somewhere in Skyrim. They inquired about the ruins of Mzulft, but that's all I remember. It sounded like they were heading there, though they were rather secretive. I suppose if you're intent on looking for the staff, there's a chance they might be in Mzulft yet. Just don't expect them to be cooperative. I'm not really sure. Made and used by Magnus himself, if you believe. I believe I've heard it said that it's the only thing that could adequately contain the sort of embellishment wizards of ancient times loved to make. No more than anyone else. They're a very old order, predated the In fact, the Mages Guild was founded in opposition to the idea of the Psijic Order, that only an elite few should have control. No one has seen or heard from them in over 100 years now, though.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off limits. Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things.
I'll sell just about anything if it's worth my time. Keep that in mind, would you? Some are saying the Sijic monks have been seen in Skyrim. They're an ancient order. Figured for them.
They say Ulfric Stormcloak murdered the High King with his voice, shouting in a forest. Look, it's very soul.
All my years, I've never seen such a thing.
I never would have believed it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. It may be dead now, but where did it come from?